Namaskar, I am Adarsh. Welcome to Adarsh Education Society.
Good morning students, Standard 5. Our subject is English Grammar. Today we are going to learn about punctuation. Now you all know what is a punctuation marks. Punctuation marks, the capital letters we use in the sentences for some person, place, animal or thing. Then commas in between the sentences, and then at the end we use full stop, question marks, exclamation marks, etc. This all are called punctuation marks. Why do we use punctuation marks? Punctuation marks gives meaning to the sentences. It gives some meaning to the sentences. Then when we use a full stop or question or exclamation mark, it tells what is a sentence. Is it a declarative sentence? Is it a question? Is it an exclamative sentence? Etc. So punctuation marks gives us the meaning to the sentence. So let us learn about the punctuation marks. Speakers and writers use punctuation to convey meanings. The first one is capital letters. Capital letters. Now when do we use capital letters? We use capital letters in the beginning of the sentence. In the beginning of the sentence. Whenever we start a sentence, we start it with a capital letter. Then we capitalize the pronoun I. Capitalize the pronoun I. Capitalize the pronoun I. We all know that I is a pronoun. I we use instead of our name. So I is a pronoun. So but whenever we use I, we use it in the capital letter. We don't write I am writing. We write this way. I am writing. We don't write it I am writing. Do we use small I? No, we use capital I whenever we use I. Then the next, capitalize proper nouns and proper adjectives. Proper nouns, whenever we specify there is a proper noun of a place, animal, person or thing, we use it with a capital letter. For example, whenever we speak of a name, Rahul, we use capital letter. We don't use that small r. Smita, again capital. Then America, so a capital. So when we use with proper nouns or proper adjectives, proper adjectives in the sense, for example, Indian rupees, Indian currency. So we use I capital. How is the currency? Indian currency. So I we use it capital. Then the next, capitalize the first word in both the salutation and closing of a letter. Whenever we write a letter to somebody, what do we write? madam, dear mummy, dear friend. So what we use there? We use D or R capital, and at the end of the letter, whenever we write yours faithfully, yours kindly, we write Y capital. Then the other one is capitalize the name of a person, initials in names and abbreviations that comes before and after names. Initials. For example, Mr. Whenever we write Mr. M capital. So capitalize the name of a person, initials or abbreviations. Abbreviations means short form. Abbreviations. Then capitalize geographical names. Geographical names, name of a country, name of a town, name of a city, name of a plateau, name of a sea, name of an ocean, etc. So capitalize geographical names. Then capitalize the name of a day of a week, month, historical events and holidays. Days, day of a week, month, some special day. For example, Independence Day, we write I as a capital. Christmas, we write C as a capital. Sunday, S capital. January, J capital. Capitalize the name of a planets. Name of a planets. Stars, etc. Then capitalize the name of a business and brand names of business products. Whenever we use name of some branded products, we write it in capital. For example, Godrej, Hindustan Lever, etc. So, name of a brand. Name of a brand. Then capitalize the name of a particular buildings, some monuments, buildings, monuments. Then capitalize important words in names of books, magazines, films, poems, TV shows, computer games, paintings and stories. Name of some books, magazines, for example, Times of India, the newspaper, some film, some TV shows. So we write the names in capital letters. We start it with capital letters. So these are the various ways how we use capital letters. Then our next punctuation mark is end marks. Our next punctuation mark is end marks. When do we use end marks? At the end of the sentences. We use full stop, At the end of the sentences, we use full stop, that is a dot, then question mark, then exclamation mark, so these are the end marks. Now when do we use a full stop? Whenever there is a simple sentence, a declarative sentence, an assertive sentence, we use a full stop. Then when do we use a question mark? Whenever we ask a question to somebody, we use question mark. And exclamation, whenever we show some strong emotions, some special emotions. Wow, so beautiful. At that time, we use exclamation marks. A statement is followed by a full stop. A question is followed by a question mark. An exclamation is followed by an exclamation mark. A command or request imperative sentence is followed either by a full stop or a question mark. Sometimes if the command is very strongly given, it can be followed by an exclamation mark also. So, we have studied about sentences, declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, exclamatory sentence. One more sentence, imperative sentence. So, what do we use in imperative sentence? In imperative sentence we can use any of this. It depends upon the sentence. For example, close the door please. So it's a request. So full stop. Could you close the door please? That's a very polite request. We are asking whether you will close the door please. So question mark. Close the door. Command. So full stop. Close the door right now. It's a strong command. You should do it right now. So there is an exclamation mark. Now the next one is commas. Our next punctuation is commas. Now when do we use commas? Whenever we want to separate some things, some items, we use comma, isn't it? Now for example, how many vegetables are there in the basket? This is a comma. So, for example, how many fruits are there in the basket? There are bananas, mangoes, comma, mangoes, comma, strawberries, comma, guavas, etc. So when we want to separate some items, we use comma in between the words. So this is about end marks, commas. With this we have finished our chapter punctuation. Okay, thank you students.
Thank you for joining us.